Alright, I am once again Kiyoshi Kater, and this is going to be my GDQ submission for the Justice route of Undertale Yellow, where we get revenge for the 5 fallen humans on all the monsters, because that's how that works. So basically this game was developed by Master Sword, led by. It's been in development for several years, and it just recently came out on December 9th. And so we're going to just get straight into it. If you're familiar with Undertale, to kill all the monsters, there's a lot of grinding, but in this, I think the grinding is better in this route. Same with the way that enemies work, which we'll explain in a little bit. First, we gotta go with Toriel through the ruins. But yeah, we're playing as Clover. As I said, our mission is to avenge the 5 fallen humans. And we're falling down a hole. Wonderful. So, coming up, we got our first little skip here with Flowey. It saves a little bit of time. In the demo version of the game, it would allow you to skip every cutscene in the game afterwards, but they fixed that in this version. Oh, I missed it. Oops. That's okay. Would have been able to get movement a little bit if I opened the menu on the right frame. It's time to start killing some monsters. So starting up, we're going to spare kill Flyer because it is faster than attacking by about 1.5 seconds, because we would have to do 2 hits otherwise. Here, we're going to grind in this room. So the way that encounters work in this game is they are added to a list of every scripted encounter you get. And so currently we only have Flyer, and we will not get other encounters until we run into them, basically, like the scripteds for those set encounters. So the way that the step count in this game works is it's a range from 150 to 450 in increments of 30. Unlike Undertale, where the step count slowly takes longer and longer, and you have to exit the room to, like, refresh it. But, so in this game, encounters are a lot more often, a lot faster. It's not as tedious. It's still tedious, but not as tedious. And also, you can't grind all your encounters in one room, because every room that can give you encounters has a limit to the number of enemies you can get. And in Ruins and Snowden, specifically, it is 5 per room. So here, this is our 5th encounter, which will level us up to level 2. Oh. And at level 2, we can now start one-shotting these Flyers. And the reason we can one-shot them is our max damage is actually 30, which I believe is Flyer's HP. And if you can kill an enemy with a max power hit, any hit you do will kill that enemy. So basically, if I did the middle, it would have been 30, but because I can do 30 and one-shot the enemy, it's just going to be 30 no matter what. If that makes sense. And some pretty decent set counts here, I think. Yeah. Sub 4, or around that. So here is a mysterious character. If you played the demo, you will know who this is, but, you know. Right, so this room has another scripted enemy called Panilla. but we don't want to get her yet. Because we can still one-shot Flyer, but we can't one-shot her. And she is quite slow. We're just gonna grind our encounters here. And because our max, like, cap of enemies is 5, you would think that we won't get Panilla if we kill 5 Flyers, but it's actually not true. Scripteds ignore the kill count exhaustion. Oh wow, nice step count. That one was really bad. Alright, so because Panilla takes 2 turns, we are not going to fight her. And because we're level 3, we can now one-shot this enemy. Goodbye, sweet corn. Alright, so now, ideally, we get 2 double sweet corns. And the worst encounter to get is like, I believe it's Flyer Panilla or Single Panilla is like the worst encounter. Oh, nice. Okay, okay, we're cooking. Getting double sweet corn here would go unfathomable. Would be quite awesome. Put the switch. And get out of the roll. Okay, so every scripted also has like a range where they will make it so you can't get encounters. And so there's a scripted encounter in this room with a mirror enemy called a War Rim. So we just want to stay out of that range so that we can still get scripted encounters. And here we're going to distract Panilla because it is another spare kill. It saves a little bit of time. It's unfortunate that we got a Panilla here, because that wastes a turn. But this is still a really good runes, nonetheless. The average runes is about a 928. And I think we're a fair bit below that. Oh, nice. That loses time. Hey look, it's that mysterious character once again. I'm feeling homicidal. Anyway, here's Dal. We're going to pretend to be nice to him, but not actually. Dal here is going through it, realizing that we eradicated all of his friends, unfortunately. Well, they weren't really his friends. He told them to leave him alone. But, you know, he'll meet them soon. Smile. So here we're going to the bottom left corner here, because it is faster. It makes the lightning bolt get deleted faster at the bottom of the screen. Oh. Yeah, I didn't want to hold the menu there, because I would actually end up sparing Dalv. Alright, so here we are in Snowdin. A Flowey here telling us, you know, you can stop. But no. We're running from these enemies because it would actually take 3 turns to beat them. So what we're gonna do is we're going to get an extra weapon, which is a little bit later in this area. Also, there's Martlet. We also moved up right into this cutscene, so the camera pans a bit less, which helps us out a little bit. Helps us save a bit of time. Got our first Martlet puzzle here. Got to melt this ice here. And then this gate will open for us. So here we're going to take advantage of the range that scripted to make encounters not happen so that we can hopefully avoid an encounter here. Going to interact with this tree, which will give us the ice pellets. Which is good because it allows us to do more damage. And now we can two-shot those ice or igloo enemies. Using Sanatot. Not the best encounter. It's actually the one you don't want in this area. Because of all of them, it's slow. Here's Mo. Basically the shopkeeper of the game. Sells you random items, we don't care about him. We'll buy something from him though, why not? Okay, so here we got a spare kill with this enemy. You educate No Cone. That saves a little bit of time. Attacking is slow. Oh, and this is the encounter you don't want. This is one of the bad encounters. This is probably the worst encounter to get in Snowdin. But we can make it a little bit better by attacking this other Insomnitot first. Because believe it or not, the double attack is actually a little bit faster than any of the singles Insomnitot attack. We can hit the outer ring for all of these enemies now at level 6. Because they're all a two-shot no matter what. You can't one-shot these enemies. If you could, they would die in one hit. But, you know. Ooh. Okay. So we're heading back here because the reason we're backtracking is we actually don't have enough rooms from where we were to get the encounters we want and exhaust the kill count. Because our options of going forward is we'll get a cutscene, and then we'll get another 1-minute cutscene, like a mini game, and then we'll get another cutscene, and so it's actually better to exhaust the 20 enemies in these early rooms than it is to go forward. Also, this is probably the best encounter to get in Snowdin. These two, Frostermint and No Cone. Oh, here we go again with the funny. That encounter that I hate. That encounter that I dislike. Yeah, there's not much else to talk about besides step counts matter a lot to the amount of time you can save. Oh, right! This is not a good Snowden so far. Come on, game. Give me some good encounters here. I believe in you. Okay, we'll take that. Ooh, so basically, this enemy is... The reason we like this enemy is... 40% of its attacks are actually good. That cherry attack that it just did, it could either be... It could be mid, fast, or slow. We got slow there, unfortunately. What we're looking for is mid-cherry, fast-cherry, or the fig attack. Because each of those are really fast. Let's see if we get one. Slow cherry again. That sucks. It actually loses time. Okay, there's mid-cherry. That saves a little bit of time for us. Not as much as the fig or the fast cherry, though. Yeah, the more of those attacks you see and the more of no cone you see, the happier you are in your Snowden. You also like this guy. This guy's cool. Especially when he gives us ice cubes, because ice cubes are pretty fast. Yeah. So you may have noticed that the music changes. That happens at 13 enemies. So it's a good indicator of how many enemies you have left. Oh, nice step count, dude. Come on, just two Frostermit no-cone encounters. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. No! Oh my gosh, man. Why bother? Oops, I just didn't attack the other guy. My bad. Oh well. It also would be nice. That encounter is also double like bad because that enemy gives the least amount of EXP. Which only really matters if you are gunning for level 11 at a certain point. But that's really rare. You'll basically never get it. It's like a 1% chance. Ow. And we are done with the Snowden grind. It actually turned out to not be that bad, despite the encounters we got. Must have had some pretty good step counts, I'd imagine. So here we have a puzzle with the bridge, and we can just run across it. Thank you, Martlet. Very, very good bridge, Martlet. Good job. Oh, nice. I love losing time. Also, for some reason, Flowey decides not to do this puzzle for us, which is kind of rude. Because this puzzle is notorious for losing people a lot of time. But, if you know what you're doing, you just will do it correctly. And not lose time. Just like that. Set up the bar there to hop the ball over for us. There's a strat you can do here where you heal with the item we bought from Mo, but I only really do that if I no-hit Snowden. So we're just gonna heal here with Flowey. Anyway, here's Martlet. She thinks we're a monster, but we're not. So we're gonna start attacking you. And actually, the amount of damage you do in this fight matters. Because if you don't do enough, it'll take another turn. So Martlet has realized that we're actually the bad guy. And so now she's going to attack us. This fight's actually pretty difficult. Especially on the first go-around, a lot of people will struggle with this fight, especially when learning this category. It's deceptively, like, pretty challenging. But luckily, the attacks are all the same, pretty much. They only vary based on, like, positioning and stuff. This attack is I hate it. I hate this attack. I hate it. I hate it so much. There's no indication of how they're gonna, like, pop out, and so you just have to guess. It's very awesome and cool. I'm getting some low rolls here, unfortunately. Ah! Never want to see that. Bada. The Sans at home attack. How did I get hit? Wait, Jevil. Also, I am not getting quick kill. Awesome. Very cool, man. Oh, wait. Oh, I am. Never mind. I lied. I spread misinformation, actually. Oh, I need to go over here. Anyway, so that's Snowden. That's Snowden for you. Now we're going to take Martlet's boat and go on over to the first area of the game that actually isn't in Undertale. That's actually crazy. Dunes is the area. The area of all time. Also, there's Flowey. Say hi, Flowey. Dunes is arguably the most RNG area in this game. I think Steamworks. I think that Steamworks and Dunes are probably the same amount of RNG. Well, we're not at Steamworks yet. We haven't gotten there. Anyway, concussion. Clearly, Martlet set that up as a trap. Free heal from our pal Flowey. Here we are in the dunes. The enemies here, the first enemy we're going to see here actually has quite a bit of HP. And so we can't just hit the outer ring. Got to hit the inner ring on the attack. At least at the beginning while we're level 8. Or love 8, I mean. So this... Oh, yep, okay. This enemy has 3 attacks. This one is really bad. Because it loses, like, 3 to 5 seconds. It's awesome. On average, you'll see 5 of those in your regular dunes. So hopefully, we don't see 5. Actually, it'd be fine seeing 5, at least if we don't see 6, man. And preferably here, you don't get doubles unless you need an overflow. What an overflow is basically if your kill count is at, say, 2 in this area, since in this area the exhaustion number is 3, if your enemy count is at 2 and you get a double, you can get it to be 4 in one room, and that's what an overflow is. And so in this area, we actually want at least one overflow before we get to a certain point. Because if we don't get one, we have to force one, or we won't have enough kills to avoid a mini-boss. El Balador is that mini-boss. In Justice, we don't see him. Because we get to a 20 enemies defeated. So, ideally we see mostly singles. And then we get a double and in an overflow when we're at 2 in a room. I think we should level up from this enemy. Now we can hit the middle ring. We also got an overflow, so we're good, we're good. Very nice, very nice. Don't give me... Okay, thank you. For this attack, I'm gonna let Dunba jump 4 times. It's just so that the enemy doesn't jump again, because then that makes the attack take longer, because it lets the jump finish before it actually ends the attack. Here we have a sand little puzzle here. We have to take cover, because if we don't, we'll get blown back to the beginning of the room. Here we have a little a wind cycle skip to do here. Hopefully we get this. I'm pretty sure I got it. Yeah, okay. This skips one of the wind cycles, so we can turn this off earlier. Because if the wind is blowing, we can't turn that fan off. And we need to turn it off so that we can get encounters in this room. Nice step count, dude. That step count was, bad. Not good. That's gonna be a -1 for me game. That's a -1. We don't want another overflow. Just want singles. Single Doombud. I guess not. The game has other plans. Very cool, dude. Been good RNG though. Still at only 1 sandcastle. This tumbleweed attack is actually the fastest attack you can see from this enemy. Oh, never mind. I shouldn't have opened my mouth. I should have just not said anything. That's my bad, honestly. Here we're gonna get another encounter. Now, Search Slither has been added to our encounter roster. So now we would rather see this guy instead of Doonbud. Well, I mean, Doonbud can still be faster, it's just this guy is more consistent. Doonbud becomes faster if you get tumbleweeds, mostly. Come on, step count. Come on. Me when the step count does not cooperate. Now that we're level 10, we can outer ring every enemy. Get every enemy on the outer ring. These step counts are bad. Oh! Dude. Why bother? Okay. So in this next room, if we entered at 12, which is basically if we didn't get an overflow, we would have to grind before this scripted, which is bad for us because this scripted adds an encounter where this Sir Slither enemy has less HP than in a single, and because of that, we can actually one-shot it. And so from here on, we just want to get Cactoni Sir Slither optimally. That's the encounter we want, because it'll be the fastest, but it's a 1 in 5. Okay. So here you're gonna see me take a pause before attacking, because I'm trying to see if I get Cactoni, and if I do, I'm gonna spare defeat it, because it saves time over just attacking, because it takes 2 turns. Something happening outside? I need to close my window. I have time to close my window soon. So here we're gonna pick up this flint. It's a damaging item. We're gonna pick up this buckle, and we're going to go grab the pickaxe. Oh, I'm gonna get stuck on a wall, actually. Pick up the pickaxe. The steel buckle is for defense. Because, we're not going to be running from any encounters in this category. Equipping an item makes it so your flee chance is 50% instead of 100. But, you know. Also, 1 second, I'm gonna close my window. So as I was saying, in other categories, we don't want to equip armor, because then running from encounters is not guaranteed. In this category, where we fight all encounters, so, you know. Okay, so ideally, 2 Cactoni Sir Slithers. 2 of them. It's half of one. So if we get a double here, our room count will be exhausted, but there's a scripted, so we'll be fine. In every area, you need to defeat 20 enemies. That is the worst thing that could have happened. That's the worst encounter to get. It's okay, though. We'll live. Oh, never mind! I'm just gonna get rolled. That's 3 sandcastles, man. Now we have to take the scripted encounter. Can't get any more randoms in this room. So this enemy has 2 slow attacks and 1 attack that is pretty good. We got one of the slow ones, unfortunately. The fast attack that this enemy can do is like full charging. Yeah, this is going to be slower than the average dunes I get usually. Here we have a little, we have some RNG with these rocks. The way these fall is completely random, and if you get caught by one, you lose like 7 seconds. Because it starts an encounter. Okay, yeah, I am going to lose about 15 seconds to average here on this split. I think it's mostly due to step counts, but also I didn't get any Cactoni Sir Slithers, so... So now that we have 20, we get to skip the mini-boss of this area. Normally there would be puzzles here, but you know, they're gone. No more. I'm gonna get some lore from Flowey, but you know, we don't need the lore. Everyone's played Undertale, right? Surely you know who Asgore is, right? I mean, why would you be watching this category if you haven't played Undertale? Kind of weird. Anyway, coming up, we're going to get basically the punch card. If you know what Undertale is, the punch card lets you get movement during cutscenes. And we could basically do that same thing here in this game. Albeit a lot more limited because of the way cutscenes are built in this game. But with this, we can arrange our inventory here real quick. Equip our items we want, and then we can do this. If you actually do that too fast, the sound of the elevator plays forever. Here's a cutscene skip for you. Goodbye, Martlet. Now, cool thing about this game, if you exit a room with a text box, and you don't close the text box, if you press C, your game will soft lock if you open the menu. So let's not do that. I would much like to continue my speedrun. So here's a gun. And here's Starlo. Starlo is the protector of the Wild East. And he knows what we've been up to. And so he is going to give us a bad time with a duel. A rootin' tootin' duel. But you know, we don't care. Goodbye. Oh no, Starlo just died. Peepo sad. Oh, hi, Ceroba. Ceroba is an important character in the True Pacifist route, but not in this route. But she is mad that we killed her best friend. So, we get to have our the Undying fight, but not actually, it's just the Ceroba boss fight. Which is really hard, but because we're on easy and we have the Still Buckle, we'll only take 1 damage per regular hit. And so there's the biggest focus in this fight is hitting all of your crits. Because if you miss a crit, you have a chance to lose a turn if it does less than 55 damage. So basically just hit all of your crits, all 16 of them. Gotta kind of lock in here for this fight. These attacks are always the same, so I have memorized them. Time to lock in, buddies. Oh no, my no-hit. I've actually never no-hit this fight. I've gotten close. I think I've gotten like only 2 or 3 damage before. Also, fun fact. The hair on her hurt sprite has transparency for some reason. If you look at the little, like, fire in the background, you can see that it clips through her hair when she gets hurt. Just a silly little, spriting mistake that will probably be fixed soon. Right? We're on phase 2 of this fight. Where now, if we get hit by these red lasers, we will lose 3 of our max HP. Waiter, less max HP, please! a very cool gimmick with this fight, because a lot of players like to hug the wall of the battle box, but you can't do that now, because it'll start draining your max HP. Alright, I'm gonna focus here. Make sure I get these crits. Ow. Alright. And now, because of the funny HP thing, we can just hit one Reddick, like, crit. And it will defeat Ceroba. That is the Ceroba fight. Is that a gold? No, it's not. Alright. So, optimally, you wouldn't come in here, but for the marathon, I'm gonna grab the gunpowder and the fancy holster. Fancy holster gives you another point of defense, and the gunpowder is a full heal. I don't need it, but just in case, because you never know. And here, Flowey's gonna give us friendliness pellets, even though we have not been acting like his friend at all. Don't know why he decided to do that. Kinda weird. But yeah, you don't get to see much of the bag glitch in this category. Only a little bit of it. You only really see that stuff in a true pacifist and neutral. Anyway, here's Clover mewing. Mewing at Flowey to get him to open the door. Steamworks? I sure hope it does. Right. So here we got a little steam vent platforming kind of thing here, where we can just diagonal through them and not get caught. Much like the rocks, if you get caught by that, it loses like 7 seconds. Alright, so to explain why a lot of cutscenes in this game can't be skipped with the bag is because there's something known as fake Clover. And in a lot of instances, real Clover gets teleported back to fake Clover every frame. And so even if you get movement, you can't move from the position you're in. For example, this cutscene. In Pacifist and Neutral, you can skip this cutscene, but in this route, you cannot. Because Clover is fake. Real Clover is invisible at the current moment. Anyway, Axis is like, you are a threat, and we're like, yeah, we are, and then we shoot him. Clover's kind of awesome. Anyway, even though these robots have nothing to do with the human souls, Clover decides that they also need justice, for some reason. Or like, we decide for Clover, I don't know how it works. Anyway, I'm gonna save, because there's a skip coming up, and if I miss it, it will either lose a lot of time, or it will crash the game. And I'm saving for the crash the game scenario. Because that would be unrecoverable otherwise. Anyway, here's Jandroid. Jandroid is actually the fastest encounter to get in Steamworks. So normally, what's great about this area is there's a lot of rooms to grind. The kill count is still at 3, like Dunes, but you have an unbelievable amount of rooms to get encounters. So you can just like, you can move through rooms and then grind out an encounter and then leave. You don't have to exhaust every room's count. So it makes it a lot more smooth. We can get to places, we can progress and stuff. Very nice. Alright. Here comes the thing that I don't want to miss. Cool. So here we're getting movement on the Mantaray, so that we can go through here. We're gonna go to the end of this room and hold right. Doing that actually increases our step count. Saves about 1.5 seconds. Come on. Thank you. Dang, a lot of doubles. We do need some doubles, but we don't want complete doubles. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah. So the reason I'm doing one chamber crit is for the same reason as always, is it depletes their health to a point where if we did a max hit, they would go down. And so we can just do a single hit. So here, normally there's a section here where you chase Axis, but you can actually access this vent if you just leave the room. And here we did a glitch so that we can move during the cutscene. So right now, Clover is moving because of what we did with the bag on the vent. Normally there would be this huge long hallway that we have to walk through, but we can just skip that. Here we are. Okay, so here we have a... Actually, I'm gonna save here. Oh, I crashed the game. I crashed the game! Good job! Oops! So that just happened. Okay, that would not happen in a run. That's my bad. I was actually thinking of saving there in the first place, but I forgot. My bad. I forgot that if Flowey appears twice, your game crashes. Oops. That's okay. We'll just get back there. Dude, there's no shot! The game crashed again! Oh my gosh, I'm getting rolled. I'm getting rolled. Please, man. No. I don't want to re-record my submission. GDQ, please have mercy. I'm good at this game, I promise. Oops. Okay, dude. Oh no! What is happening right now would not happen in a run, I promise. Except maybe crashing on Mantaray. That Flowey mistake would not happen in a run. Especially because I now just have that information. And I will not skip that cutscene. My fault. Worse has happened at a GDQ, okay? Worse events have occurred, okay? Just don't crash on the Mantaray again, please. I'm begging you. That will not be a good look. Thank you. Okay. Smile. Yeah, I've lost like 4 minutes, dude. Good job. Comedy. Can't wait for crash number 3. No! This time I'm gonna be smart and actually save at Flowey. Yeah. And not skip the cutscene and then try to interact with Flowey. Like a bozo, dude. You are definitely not allowed to splice GDQ submissions, man. That's just cheating. Alright, so double here. We actually have to do it a little bit different, holding left, since the battle is longer than a single. For me, I let go when the damage happens, I believe. Opening the menu here makes it so Clover doesn't move in the overworld. Just so we can avoid the damage. Alright, we should be right at the door, I believe. Yeah, we're pretty close. Okay, don't skip this cutscene. Actually, I think if I interact with Flowey too fast, I'll also crash the game. Okay. So the whole reason I saved is because of a trick coming up, which is called Greenhouse Skip, so that we can avoid a whole battle and stuff. It's more useful in neutral. Just not as much as in neutral or true pacifist. So here, going to skip that whole area. This saves only like half a minute in this category. Did a lot more in the other ones. Alright. Yes! Alright, so if you get a rerun from this enemy where it, like, pulls out a remote, it loses, like, 8 seconds on average. So it's a good thing we didn't get that. Come on. Hello? Alright. So with this encounter, Gusick has a lot slower attacks than Jandroid does. And because of that, we actually want to get Gusick out of here first, so that we don't have to deal with those slow attacks. Hi, Axis. Are you still running? You are? Okay. That's okay, buddy. Alright, encounter. Single Jandroid is actually as mentioned before, it's the best encounter to get in Steamworks. Televiz is only a little bit slower, as long as you don't get rerun. So you know how I said that every scripted has a range? Well, actually, this is the only scripted in the game to the left of us here that doesn't have a range. So we can just get this encounter, and then we can immediately get that next encounter right next to us. This enemy takes 4 crits. Come on. Nice hits, man. A little safe spot in this encounter, or attack, rather. Okay, we're going to enter this room, leave, and then enter again. Why? Because Flowey would tell us about this puzzle if we didn't do that. And because we did that, he doesn't say anything. Here we're gonna, get movement with that little, item pull-up menu. You can do that on any of those in the game if you auto-mesh. I actually forgot to mention that. I should talk about the auto-masher in, the beginning of these runs. Maybe I'll just edit in a clip of my voice talking about them. Because this game allows you to use an auto-masher. Otherwise, you would have to kill your hands. I'm just not good at mentioning stuff I don't think about. See, this is why I need the couch. I need the couch at GDQ to help me. Anyway. Use the acid here to melt the door and go through. Lot of Goosick. Don't like to see that. Oh, nice. Okay, so remember how I mentioned that running is a 50% chance when you have armor on? If I get a double here at 19, I might just have to run for 50 turns. And so that would be really funny, along with the time loss I've already sustained in this run. Please just give me a single, man. Also, if I enter the room on the left, there's no more encounters if I do that. I just whiffed. Good job. Supposed to do 2 crits on this enemy, Bozo. It's okay. Wee ball. Wee ball. Alright. So, I'm fairly confident that this run would have been a 109 had I not been a bozo and crashed the game twice. Grab a healing item from that. And here's Axis. Axis the Defender. This fight is pretty difficult if you don't know what you're doing. Oops. I forgot what I was doing then. Time to lock in. If I need to, I can heal during this fight. Because healing does not lose any turns, believe it or not. Dude. Okay. For this attack, you have to memorize the last pattern and go to that spot. Alright. Should be pretty squared away here. Here's one of the worst attacks in the game. Ooh! 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 Oh, I almost no-hit it! Dude, I can't believe I crashed the game twice! One of them was just a not thinking moment, and the other one was not my fault. Now, I know that sounds bad. Man, this run was probably going to be a 109. Now, I know that sounds bad. Alright. Nice Steamworks split, streamer. Alright, so now that we have gotten to level 19 after Clover learned that Axis is the one who murderized the Blue Soul, and we got mad, or Clover got mad. At least it shows the worst case scenario. Oh, dude. Okay. Gonna pick up some healing items here. And we are going to get to the hardest fight of this game. Yeah, at least, listen, at least I know what to put my estimate in as now. I can just put this run. like a 114 maybe? Or like 113, I don't know. 113.30. Such a funny mistake, man. Anyway, it's time to lock in. Time to lock in. Alright, so this fight, basically, we have the yellow soul powers now. And so we are going to blast our way to victory. So anyway, I started blasting. Focus a little bit for this fight. Not as much as I would in a regular run, but there is the chance I can die still. Oh, nice! So basically, to explain the story of how Martlet got this powerful, she stole determination from Alphys. Which we'll find out soon. Smooth. Clean and smooth. Pretty good. Alright, so here's the cutscene where we see a character named Shujin, who actually created Axis, fun fact. And he's gonna tell Martlet that humans suck, basically. Humans are bad, pretty much. Fun fact, he's dead? True, he is dead. Anyway, here's the part I talked about earlier where Martlet gets the syringe. Wait, if you liked phase 1, here's phase 2. Where if you heal, you're not allowed to heal in this phase because you can actually attack. Oops. It's fine. So there's actually a quick kill we're going for this fight. We're trying to skip the longest attack in this battle by doing a specific amount of damage. Usually it ends up that just doing the max amount of damage that you possibly can gets you the skip. So just making sure you're doing your lasers and stuff. And the reason I'm not using the automaster on this dialogue is it can actually screw up your charging attacks because you have to hold Z. The game could just sometimes just not let you hold Z after auto-mashing. Ow. Banger. And that is Zenith. Zenith completed. I hope you. That was actually a really good fight. Try that. Entire incorrect Flowey cutscene. Bro is trying his best. It's just not working out for him. Is an excellent phase 2? Yeah. I'm usually pretty clean at phase 2. The only way it really varies is the RNG attack that you get in the middle of the fight, which for me it was 3 meteors. The only time you can really be pretty worried about it is if you get the like fastest attack and your lasers aren't very clean, because then you could miss the desperate move skip. Anyway, now we are going to go finish our mission to destroy the person who has caused these humans to go missing. It's Clover's goal all along. So here's New Home. This is one of 2 routes you actually get to see this area. The other is True Pacifist. Not of interest, by the way. Not of interest. Just gotta make our way to our big fluffy goat friend. Also, sprite change jump scare. Undertale sprites. Undertale sprites. Sans? And here we are. Asgore. How dare you kill the fallen humans? Face my Clover Blast! I said that kind of early, my bad. Final Flash! Final Flash! Alright, so if I didn't crash the game, this would be a 109. Probably, most likely. But yeah, it's still, for crashing the game twice, that's still a good time. So yeah, that is the Justice route of Undertale Yellow. I don't expect this to get accepted, but I'm just putting it up here for your consideration. If you would like to have it on the GDQ stage, I am happy to perform it. But we got a cutscene to watch. Gotta watch Clover save the 5 humans. The 5 Skittles. Recording GDQ submissions with chat is kind of gnarly. Undertale Yellow. Wow.